Well, welcome to Noel's World of Whiskey. And yeah, we're in Campbeltown, and we've done the review on the first Glen Scotia bottling. That was Victoriani. I was debating whether to go for the 15 or go for the double cask here, and I've decided this is one that you guys can get. Like the Victoriani's a little harder to get, but you'll probably be able to get it. The 15 might be a little bit more difficult. It's kind of the same old story as Springbank. So I thought, let's go after this one here. Non-age statement. It is 46%. Glen Scotia do not add coloring. Non-chill filtered. This is part of the Loch Lomond group. I just recently did one of their bottlings, their 12-year-old. I'd seen a couple of reviews. I think I was watching Jeff on G Whiskey, and he was kind of had mixed reviews on that one there. And so I bought the bottle, and actually I'm quite impressed with it. So this here company, Glen Scotia, since they've been bought up by Loch Lomond group, they seem to be dumping a lot of money into Campbeltown there, into the Glen Scotia distillery, which is good. They've got a pretty good visiting center. I'm seeing more of their whiskey out there. I think that's a good thing. Let's keep Campbeltown going. It was at one time the biggest whiskey area in the world at one time, and even you know, turn of the century and all that. Like there was over 20 distilleries in Campbeltown. I mean, they say there was up to 30 distilleries there in a very small area. So, you know, to have only 3, well, actually, it was only 2 until they got Glengyle going. That was Springbank got. It was Headley Wright with Springbank that actually got that one going. And I'm going to say that this is probably going to help the Campbeltown area. This new company, the Loch Lomond group there, because I really believe they want this distillery up and running, but not doing radical changes. They're keeping the things that we want. Ticking off all the right boxes. So let's get at her. Let's not dilly-dally, Noel. I have a tendency to do that. And, oh my golly, I drank a little bit of this stuff. So, as you can see here, I got the 15, I got the Victoriani. I do have the Springbank here. I'm debating whether to do that one next or maybe just go for the 15 here, because this is going to be a hard one for you to get. So let's give ourselves a pour here. Double cask. And again, sherry. Finished off in sherry cask. Started in bourbon. This one here I picked up. Oh my golly, what was the price of it? It was under $100, so. Now, the nose. I'll put that price on for the double cask. So, compared to the Victoriani, I'm getting more sweetness. The Victoriani had a lot of fruit going off when I first nosed it, but this one here, getting a lot of sweetness, lots of vanilla fudge. I mean, there is similarities. I think I'm starting to understand these drinks here. They do have a bit of a signature. I was fortunate to have an older aged, I think it was an 18 Glen Scotia at a friend's, and it was brought over from Scotland. So, and it's almost the same nose on this, that right off the bat, that kind of vanilla fudge with a wee bit of citrus in the background. The Victoriani was a lot of fruits, a lot of peaches and pears and citrus fruits, and it kind of finished off with the spices and all that stuff. But this is definitely more. There's a lot more sweetness to this. So if we're looking at the fruits, I mean, the sherry influence is going to be probably, I'm going to say, some very sweet sweet pears, sweet apricots, Little bit of banana came up there. Maybe some melon. I'm not getting the whiff of smoke or the charred barrel that I was getting in the Victoriana. So, okay, the palate. So not a lot of different things going on here from the nose. It is a sweeter. It just seems sweeter than the Victoriani. The Victoriani had so much fruit to it, but there was a tartness to it, and well, I'm going to say there was a sweet and sour, where this is a little sweeter, but the berries are ripe. Maybe that's the best way to describe it. The berries and the fruit are ripe, because there is some berries I'm getting now. Pears, and oh boy, back to the old, I'm going to say cherry custard, maybe even maraschino cherries. I'm going to top this one up. I'm going to go with the sweet maraschino cherries. I remember you used to sell Lowney's. It was big maraschino covered in chocolate. Not quite that sweet. If you did that in a dark chocolate, like you get those dark chocolate cherry chocolates, it's closer to that. So definitely, it's got the influence of the cask there, sweetness. Probably picking up a lot of the bourbon barrel there too, because you know the vanilla's in there. It's a mix in there, leaving a coating on my tongue. So in terms of layers and that, the Victoriani had a lot of layers to it, and there was a lot of different fruits going on. I'm getting more of the sweetness here. I am getting a little bit of the fruit there, but there's the sweeter fruit. They're certainly more of a cooked fruit, maybe even to some of the dark fruit. But there's a fudge influence to it, vanilla fudge. And when I say maraschino cherries with maybe a dark chocolate, would be a good description there. Not getting a lot of the spices I got in the Victoriani. So the finish. Finish isn't quite as long as Victoriani. You don't expect it. It's 46%, but there is some body to this, and let's get it up to you there. Oh my golly, I can see the legs on there. So there you are. No coloring, non-chill filtered, and legs. So basically, we're going to say medium finish, and it is one of the sweeter drinks I'm finding of the ones I've sampled. I'll be honest with you, about four different bottles of Glen Scotia, bottlings of Glen Scotia, and then if you include the 18 that I sipped on there, that one there, and you don't remember in detail, but I do remember it did have some similarities, but there were fruits and all that to it. So they do have that signature, the fruit, the sweet and sour, or the sweet and tart, pardon me, sweet and tart, and that's how I could kind of describe most of their drinks. They're just a really nice drink. I think it's a nice delivery from a distillery, because this is an affordable one, the double cask. I think the Victoriani, you're going to go up a few more dollars on it. This is an affordable, and positive I paid under $100 for that one there. So introducing it to another Campbeltown whiskey, it's probably comparable to the Kilkerran from Glengyle, but without the smoke. So I'm gonna I'm going to say this guy's around it's going to be around an 84. And certainly, it's one of those whiskeys that I probably am enjoying it more now. When I first got it, I'd have my good days, my bad days with it. And then I had the Victoriani, and then I was also sampling some of the others and that. So I'm certainly enjoying it more now. So I'm thinking, as you can see, we've worked our way down the bottle. And there is your bottle, by the way. So you get a better look at the color there. And I just think I'm enjoying it more now than I did when I first got it. So I'm going to stay with the 84 on that one there. And basically, let's call her a good whiskey. I think under $100, affordable. You're in Campbeltown, and I'm going to ask you to drink intelligently. Do not drink and drive. Until the next time, Slàinte.